What's up, my depressy besties? It's your girl Tracy May. Sorry, I just had to get a little snack attack real quick. I know that this live wasn't planned, so a lot of y'all may not be able to tune into this live, but I did not have an edit in my spirit. So I said, you know what, I can review a book live. Like y'all could just hear me talk about the book. It's fine. I'm trying to give myself grace because y'all know I'm a quitter. Let me pull up my notes and we can just hop straight in. Oh, I don't know how to add the theme song. Today I'm going live straight from YouTube instead of last time I went live from StreamYard. Don't know how to add the theme song, so let's sing it together. You ready? There was a time my house was neat and so was I. I was thinner back then. I would go out with my friends, but somehow that's gone bye-bye. Now I look around. There are piles strewn about. Is this dirty or clean? I'm finding out what it means. This is not just a house. It's a depression nest. I don't know how I got here. Depression nest. I don't know where to start. Depression that's caving in on me. My life is simply falling apart. Depression nest. Okay. Welcome. Yes, welcome to Depression Nest. Today is our January book review, and we are reviewing a book called Tidy the F Up. I really don't know the rules of YouTube as far as like, can I curse? I'm so used to trying to be mindful about my curse words over on TikTok. So y'all let me know. But the book is called Tidy the F Up, okay? And it's by Messy Kondo, which the whole book is a parody of Marie Kondo's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, right? The whole book is a parody, sort of. It's like a comedic, mean version of that book. So I'm gonna just hop straight into it. Overall, okay, out of five, I'm gonna say like 3.5 stars for me. But here's the thing. If I would have read the book, I think it probably would be 4 stars. But I listened to the book. And so there's always something about the narration that could either draw me into the book or could make me hate it altogether. And this narrator, she was giving very much a news anchor that curses, or like a teacher that curses sometimes. It was like, I could play it for y'all. It was like, you don't have time for that. Pick that shit up. Like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't believe you. You got paid for this gig. It wasn't in the right like tone to me. It seemed like it could have been, I think if the author, whoever the real author is, not because I know Messy Kondo ain't your name, okay? Oh, I need to wait 10 minutes. Okay, I just said shit. Okay, oops. Okay, my bad. Okay. So dang, y'all know I got ADHD. What was I talking about? Oh, Messy Kondo is not the real name of the author. You know, that's probably their pseudonym so that they can, make fun of Marie Kondo's book or whatever. Sorry, I keep messing with my nose. My nose is running a little bit and I don't have no tissue. Okay, let's be a 3-year-old. Got it. Okay. We're soaked up. We're soaked up. Okay. So again, ADHD. My God, today. Oh my God. Oh, it would have been nicer if it was read by the author because I could tell some of the things that could have been a very big like badoom doom. She read it very straight, very flat, like she missed so many, like the comedic timing wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So I would suggest if you are going to read this book to actually read the book, but I am a little biased because I don't really like audiobooks. I just wanted to listen to this because it was very quick. It was like a 3-hour listen. So yeah, that's my first thing. It's like the audio version, I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 stars. The content of it is pretty good. The words and everything that she's saying, pretty good. It's just the delivery of the lady was giving a news anchor that curses sometimes, you know. Okay, so I took notes, so I'm gonna go through some of the highlights of the book. Now, I wanted to start the year off reading this book because y'all know I struggle with decluttering and cleaning my space. And that's what this whole Depression Nest show is about. And so I always like to start off the year with something that's going to like encourage or like, get me going. But this book here, I don't know if y'all saw the thumbnail. I said this thumbnail is so chaotic, but it was me doing like this because I felt like she was trying to bully me into cleaning. Hello? Huh? She was like, "You're lazy yet." Ah, excuse. Hello? Do you have the right number? Because I paid for this. I'm like, that don't even make no sense. So anyway, that's the first thing you got to know going into this book. She finna roast you down. Okay? Down. Hard. You got to have a thick skin. She one of them people that be like, I was just playing. And then, I was just kidding. I was just kidding. My word. Okay, so starting off, she says, you're never going to feel like it. Okay, that was one of the things I wrote down. I'm like, okay, yeah. Okay, boom. She understands me already. She went on. I didn't write down like chapters or whatever because the chapters were very small. It was like a 2-minute chapter, a 30-second chapter. I was like, oh, I'm not writing down the chapters. She said, tidying up is a simple act of self-care. And that right there, I wrote that down because it hit in a different way because I think when you struggle with depression, doing anything self-care related is difficult, right? So taking a shower, doing all the things that a normal neurotypical brain would be like cool with. And so just thinking of it as like, this is a form of, hey, Missy, this is a form of self-care. It makes it more evident why it's messy. It's like, oh, well, I'm not treating myself with care. So this tracks, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is all in the beginning, of course. She goes on to say the process is uncomfortable, but it's worth the result. And sort of like this whole thing about keeping your eye on the prize. Almost, in my opinion, duh. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the only reason why I'm even like attempting this. That's the only reason why I think anybody would purchase that book. If somebody knows that like they want the end result, we all want the end result. We don't want to do that middle part where you got to like actually do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, Missy. Yeah, I just sang it live. You missed it. You might go back to the replay whenever we finish here. Go back to the replay. I just sang it live because I couldn't figure out a way to like put it on the screen. Okay. So then she starts getting into basically like you're going to have to talk yourself into this. Okay. This is not going to be a walk in the park. You're not going to want to do this all the time, stuff like that. And then she said, a tidying marathon will make you hate it. First of all, can we pause right here? Because the phrase tidy up, it's just not a Black phrase. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. Every time she said tidy in this book, I was like, cleaning up. Like, we just be cleaning up. Do y'all be tidying or cleaning? Because I don't think I've ever seriously said tidy. I think I've described something as tidy, but using tidy as a verb is bonkers to me. Like, it's time to tidy up. Are we in kindergarten or no? Like, even when Marie Kondo came out with that thing, with her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, I kind of gave her grace because I was like, there's a translation barrier here. Like, because she spoke Mandarin, or I don't know what Marie Kondo spoke, even on her Netflix show, she had a translator. So I was like, whatever they call tidying up is what it translated to. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't walking around here talking about, all right, everybody, we got to tidy up. I can't even imagine my mama saying nothing like that. It's time to tidy up. Get your butts out of the beds. It's time to tidy up. I can't even make it cool. It don't even sound cool when I try to make it cool. So that's the pause that I want to take. The practice of calling it tidying feels, it doesn't feel authentic to my spirit, okay, to my soul. And so that was sort of a disconnect that I had throughout the whole book, because she talks about tidying up a lot. Like, she says the word tidy a lot. And so if that's not in your lexicon, if that's not in your vernacular, it leaves like a questionable taste in your mouth. Okay. So jumping back in, she says a tidying marathon will make you hate it. Understood. She's saying, don't be going into this talking about you're going to clean the whole house from top to bottom in the weekend, because now you done worked yourself up in a little frenzy. You done exhausted yourself. Now you overwhelmed. You got way more than you thought you had to do, and now you hate it. Okay, totally understand, and I'm with her on that, because I definitely used to be a person that, right, the music came on Saturday morning, turn off the lights. The lights came on, flick. You not doing what he said. He said, turn them off. I'm asleep. Okay. Thank you, Gabrielle. Hit that like button. Smash. I want to act like I'm on like Twitch or something, like smash the like. Oh, what they be doing? I don't know what how the kids be acting, but okay. So let me tell y'all something about me. I have always been a TV person. Like, TV basically raised me, because I was a latchkey kid, growing up in the 80s. I'm elderly. Don't worry about it. We can talk about it later. Growing up in the 80s, and my mama was on call, like surgical nurse. So if they had like an emergency surgery, they would call her into work. So sometimes when I woke up in the morning, my mama was gone. She was at work already. She would leave me a little note like, hey, this is what you wearing to school today. Get yourself together. You know what to do. Right. So, and then sometimes when I got home, she wasn't there. So, TV, me and TV, we go hard, right? But TV also made me think that things could happen in 30 minutes. I don't know if y'all remember that show, Trading Spaces. Baby, Trading Spaces was a show in the 90s. Was it the early 2000s? No, it was the 90s, I think. I can't remember, but where two neighbors would switch houses and decorate a home in each other's house, right? So Me and my mama was really into that show. So one day, now keep in mind, I was too grown to do this. My thinking should have been more mature than this. I was in college. I was at home from summer break in college. So I guess it was the early 2000s. 99. Who cares? Okay. ADHD. My mama went to work. I called my friend, one of my best friends. I said, Jade, it's time. She came over there. I had a plan on redoing the flooring in my mama's whole house before she came back. Now, keep in mind, hadn't even gone to the store yet. I had to go shopping. I didn't even prepare. Me and Jay went to Home Depot, bought the flooring, bought like knives to cut up the carpet. And we got the hallway rolled up. We got all the little, strips in the hallway. And we started in my bedroom because I was scared to start like in the living room because what if she didn't like it, So we started in my bedroom, ripped up all the carpet in my bedroom, ripped up all the little tack strips. And all of a sudden, my friend Jay was like, it's getting kind of late. Like it was like 3-4 o'clock. She was like, I think I'm going to go. She didn't want to be there when my mama got home because she didn't know how my mama was going to react. So Jade abandoned me. Boom, she gone. Here come my mama. Doodly doo, key. I'm in my room frantically trying to learn how to put down flooring. Okay. Ding, 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 frantic. Okay. And here come my mama. Put her key in the door. First thing Trey, what are you doing? And I stepped out in the hallway and I said, surprise. Surprise. She said, this ain't no surprise. What are you talking about? Oh no. And then so I had to talk her down, calm her down a little bit and talk her into it. And she like was excited about the flooring when I showed her the flooring and whatever. We started in my room and it works out. But the point of that story is that I thought I could do it in a very short amount of time. And I thought I could do the whole house. And that was only because TV was my father. TV stands for Tyrone Vernon. My daddy real name is Tyrone. I just want to let y'all know that. Tyrone Vernon. Okay. That's my dad. And he raised me real big. Let me see if I'm missing some comments. Hold on, y'all. Because I got my little comment section covered up a little bit. Tackle rooms and piles of stuff. Yes. It's like I get the adrenaline from the after, like the door opens or you take the blindfold off. That's the adrenaline. That's the dopamine that I'm looking for. That's the dopamine that I'm seeking. Okay. I'm not finding it. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to find when it takes you like hours and hours and hours. I lose steam. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no dopamine hit along the way. This is tough. This is really tough, guys. It's really tough. Oh my God. Missy, you remember that episode where Hildy, what's her name? Hildy. She put hay on them people's walls. Actual hay. Hay in the middle of the bunch. She put it on. She glued it on these people's walls. Talking about texture. We're just going to add texture. Hey, Hildy, we got to fight. I got to fight you. Where's Hildy? We're going in the backyard immediately. Because no. Anyway, okay, sorry. I be getting off track because I got ADHD. She said, leaving your mess for someone else to go through is a dick move. Hildy Santo Tomas. Come on, Taylor, with the full name, okay? And what was the other one? Vern Yip. Vern was the man. Now, Vern, I still use some of Vern's tips, okay? And I think Vern was the first person that I saw to chop a pillow down the middle like that. Vern taught everybody that pillow chop. I don't care what nobody say. Vern did that first. Yeah, not the feathers on the top. Yep, I wore my house key around my neck too, and every time I lost one, my mama thought the whole neighborhood was gonna break it. They knew exactly which house the key went to. Don't you lose no one, my kid. Okay. So leaving your mess for someone else to go through is a dick move. I wrote that note down because it is one of the things that I sort of like. It's running. It's like a program running in the back of my mind. Because I am an only child. Both of my parents are deceased, and I know that if something ever happens to me, my cousins or like random family is going to have to be the ones to go through all of this stuff. And I just don't feel like that's fair. I just don't feel like they should have to put up with my mess because I was never able to get it together. And so that's one of the driving factors in me trying to get my space to a regular looking, normalish looking place. Something happens to me, I want my family to walk in here and be like, "Woo, thank God she did that damn decluttering," because my family already knows how my house looks. Like they've been in here. Um, so I know they're gonna be like, they're gonna open the door all scared, like, "Lord, please let Tracy have gotten to a good place." Oh, hell yeah, she did. She finished. All right. Good job. That's why I want them to be like, good job. Okay. Um, okay, so the next one I have is that she said, lower your standards and find gratification in the little things. So in this little section where she's talking about lowering your standards, she's kind of talking about what I had referenced earlier about that dopamine hit, about finishing and seeing the end result. She's kind of like, girl, you're not going to do all that. Okay. Your standards are what you think is going to happen is up here. You got to come down here and be like, I'm going to just finish one box. I'm going to just finish one bag or whatever. So she was kind of just talking about how the expectations are set way too high from at the beginning of like a declutter session. And she was like, girl, no, basically. You're not going to do it. So you might as well try to find ways to like embrace the progress. And I think I've been doing a pretty good job at that. Like when that one video where I was like super overwhelmed and crying and stuff, when I went through the clothes and then I sent my clothes off to be washed. And actually, as of today, my all of those pants, that pile of pants is washed, and all of the shirts are washed. The shirts are going to be delivered today. But I felt like when I sent those clothes off and like getting them back, I got the clothes back and I hung up all the pants. And I was like, whew, I did something. Like I just felt like proud that I didn't let it sit in that bag forever. Like I actually took time, took the stuff out the bag and hung up every pant, every bottom. So I'm just trying to find sort of joy in the small moments of me getting stuff done, because I know at the core of me, I would rather be in the bed, okay, watching a good old TV show. Right now, I'm watching this Christian show called The Chosen. I don't really know nothing about the Bible like that, so I don't know half the stories, but it's actually not a bad show. They don't never have no fun. The Bible don't seem like it's fun, but what can you say? Okay. She said, oh, wait, let me look at the comments. Your iron was low. I take iron too. I honestly would go into each project hecka excited, and then I would think I could finish it, but most of the time I would fall short because I was tired. I found out that my ADHD is what stops me from finishing things. And also stops me from starting things because I'll have the desire to do them, but there's something in when you have ADHD called executive dysfunction, I believe it's called, or like functional freeze, where you want to do things, but something within your spirit says, lay down, just lay down. And I always thought that was my depression doing that. I thought that my depression was keeping me laid down in the supine position. But no, my psychiatrist was like, oh no, baby. After we did the ADHD assessment, she was like, oh no, baby, that is ADHD. It's called executive dysfunction, functional freeze. Hey, Daniel, how are you? Hi, Yeti Monster. Are you real? Can I see you? Okay. So designate days on and days off. Basically, she was like, every day cannot be a declutter day because you're gonna just burn out. You're gonna start to hate the process and you're gonna burn out. She was like, for her, it's Thursday nights, I think she said. And she was like, Thursday evenings, I cuddle up on the couch with a glass of wine and I da 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 da. Da. She was like, you have to have like a reset, a reboot time. And so it could be every other day. I mean, you have to do like what's best for you. I think for me, the cadence has been about 3 times a week. And it's only because I have to film for you guys for Monday. And then usually I'm trying to do something else again for Thursday today. Um, so, and I have to film more than once because I do like, what's the right word? Is it teeter out, tinker out? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I run out of steam at some point. So I usually have to do more than one day to finish the video, basically. Okay. Hey, hey. Yes. Yes, Yeti, because it feels like when you're resting and you're resting amongst a pile of clutter, or like you could look around and be like, I have this to do, that to do, this to do, that to do, this to do, that to do. And I'm sitting here watching the 20,000th season of Grey's Anatomy. Okay. But like she said, in order to find that desire to want to jump back in, you got to take some time off. That's what I'd be really wanting to tell these jobs. Can I go on a little tangent? I'd be really wanting to tell these jobs the same thing, because how you gonna try to steal all the ideas out of my brain for 40, 50 hours a week and then just expect me to just be happy at the same time? I digress. Okay. She said, the next thing she said is stop fucking shopping. First of all, rude, disrespectful. Okay. I told y'all this lady is roasting us. Well, me specifically. She roasted the hell out of me several times in this book. And here's the thing. Somebody else had commented on one of my videos. I can't remember which one. I think it was actually the overwhelmed one when I was crying and stuff. And she said, the commenter person had asked about like if I ever thought about having that I had a shopping addiction. And to me, here and there I will do some little retail therapy, you know what I'm saying? But my shopping is very catered towards something that I want to do. So, for example, I'm getting ready. Once we empty out this room, I'm going to soundproof this wall. So, right now, my Amazon cart is filled with everything that I need to soundproof that wall. But I haven't pressed purchase yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I that's why I don't feel like I have an addiction, because I could go to a store. I went to Home Depot. Y'all saw me go to Home Depot in the on the Tuesday video. And I ain't buy nothing. I feel like somebody with an addiction would be like, ooh, I'm gonna buy this. Now I do have a hard time passing up a sale. Y'all already know that about me. If you watched any of the previous videos, I'd be like, you said it's on sale? Oh, 50%? Something about a deal. I don't know. It's something about a deal that just gets me every single time. Sorry, y'all, I'm talking a lot. Okay. Yeah, ADHD is I think a lot of people are pinning things on other stuff and it's really ADHD. So, okay. Um okay, so basically that lady was talking about, asking me if I thought I had a shopping addiction. I told her the only thing I think I'm addicted to is Taco Bell. Okay. And that was a joke. Low key a joke, but kind of serious at the same time. Don't judge me. But um I told her my problem is letting go. I don't have a shopping addiction. I have a keeping addiction. I have a letting go issue because when I did in season 1, I know a lot of y'all are probably new here, but in season 1 of Depression Nest, my room looked crazy. It looked absolutely insane. And when I did that first initial declutter, I found socks from high school. I just want to let y'all know that I'm going to be 45 this year. Okay. I had socks from high school in my sock drawer. So for me, I think it's about keeping things. And I actually, in my therapy on Monday, this past Monday, oh my God. Nope, I already saw it, Christy. You can't take it back. I already saw it. Don't be trying to retract. I saw it, and you're right. I haven't tried those like the nacho fries though, like where they put the stuff on the top. Um, Hold on, I'm buffering. Let me figure out what I was just saying before I got distracted by Taco Bell fries. Oh, yeah, I told her the only thing I'm addicted to possibly Taco Bell. But my therapy. Therapy on Monday, my therapist, I have a therapist and I have a psychiatrist, right? Psychiatrist is for like, the meds that I'm taking and stuff like that. But the therapy is like we go back and forth between EMDR therapy and talk therapy. And so on Monday, she was asking me about why I think I'm keeping stuff. And for me, I've experienced a lot of loss in my life. And I think that the stuff that I keep that is from people, like my mom stuff, it's like it makes them feel like a real person. Like the clothes, my mama's clothes remind me that she was an actual person. She wasn't just a dream that I had 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been so long. Like this is my 15th year. In November, it'll be 15 years without my mom. And it's starting now to feel like some like an idea, of a childhood, a dream, or like a movie I watched a long time ago. That's what it's starting to feel like. But when I go in that closet and in the intro to Depression Nest, that part where I'm like, I open the clothes and then I close the clothes back up. That's all my mama's clothes. So it's a full closet that's just my mama's stuff that I took out of her closet in Mississippi and brought it to my place in Chicago and hung it up, like literally, and put it right there. Okay. And so I can kind of understand like the sentimental things and how that might be more difficult. But then she was like, well, what about like the little piddly stuff, like hot socks from high school or whatever? Or like some of these things that you buy with the intention of like using later. And the only thing I can come up with is that I'm a creative person. And to me, the thing represents the idea that I had that I want to complete. So, for example, if I had an idea that, oh, I want to make a quilt, right? And I will go buy a sewing machine, buy all the threads, look at a million YouTube videos. Maybe I'll even stitch like one little square, and then dopamine is over. I'm over it, right? But if I release the sewing machine, the thread, the all the stuff that I bought, it feels to me like I'm letting go of that idea. And maybe I still want to do it. Like it's an idea that I had. I ran out of steam when I was doing it, but I still would love to do that. You know what I'm saying? I need to take a class or something. I don't know. Um, so that's like really my big problem is like keeping stuff. Y'all saw in my last video that I have like dog stuff from when I had 2 dogs and haven't had dogs in like 8 years. And but having the dog stuff is like I had dogs. This is proof I had dogs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just like, it's like a mental, it just makes me feel crazy because I know that I should not keep this stuff. I know that I do not need this stuff. But I also am like, well, I want to donate it to an animal shelter. Well, let me find a very specific one. And then I lose steam in doing that. So then it just sits. Listen. Okay. The next thing that she said is, what did I just say? Stop fucking shopping. Oh, don't worry about doing it right. Doing it is what matters. So a lot of times, this is where I get hung up too. I will research something to death before I actually start. I'll be like, how to organize a closet. And then I'll watch a million YouTube videos. I'll go on Pinterest and I'll start reading blogs. And it's kind of like I'm like psyching my brain up or like getting myself excited to do it or giving myself a reason to want to do it. But I also feel like I have to be an expert in starting something. I mean, I have to be an expert before I start something. It's like I have to have like a doctorate in it before I actually press start. And she's saying, don't do that. Stop doing that. Just start it. Like, just jump in. It's just not, that's not my aesthetic. My aesthetic is like impossible perfection. And that is what it's like in my brain. So my problem is my ideas and everything is perfect in my brain. But when it comes out to like execute, it's not as perfect. There's always something little that goes wrong. And I don't like it anymore. Does that make sense? And then that's where I lose steam because I'm like, oh, that doesn't look how I thought it should look. All right, let me watch TV. And then I never pick it up again. Okay. Oh, thanks, Christy. Yeah, the merch. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm actually probably going to jail for the merch because I don't know how to set up the taxes. Like I have to register with my state to charge people taxes. Haven't figured it out. I'm going to jail, basically. So lock me up. Clink, clink. Okay. The next part is stop treating your house like a storage unit. You live there. Okay. Now, hold on, lady. Okay. Because now you're coming from my throat and I don't like that. Shut up. Because that's what closets are for. That's what the little extra storage under the stairs is for. That's why people buy houses with extra storage. But I see what she's saying or whatever. Like, just stop keeping like everything. It's hard because my brain gets it. Like, I totally understand. But in practice, I struggle. I struggle in practice. Okay. She said, once you mentally brand something yours, it becomes harder to let go of. So in this little section, she was talking about how um when you assign things to people, like for example, my mama's clothes are my mama's clothes, right? Or if I'm like, oh, this is my mouse, like say I just found this in a box, I'll be like, oh, this is my mouse that I was using for when I did that one project. And yup, this is my mouse, this is my mouse. And then it becomes, because you attach that story to it, so now it feels more difficult to let go of, because now it's a part of your life. It's not just a mouse. It is a piece of your story that you don't want to let go of. And you can always tell, this is not in the book, but this is just something I'm saying. You can always tell when somebody has attached that story to it, because they'll immediately start telling you. They'll be like, oh my God, let me tell you how I got these. My auntie has sent me these. Let me tell you why. Because, and then it's like, keep or toss, lady. You know what I'm saying? Um, hey, Dorian. Oh gosh. Okay, so she had like three little like questions that you should ask yourself when you are trying to decide what to keep or not keep. And this is very similar to something that I said like a couple videos back, where I was like, it doesn't need to be in my house if I don't love it and if I don't need it, right? So basically, she said, do I like it? That's the first question. Do I like it? Do I need it? And then you ask yourself, am I sure I really need it? Because you could talk yourself into some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then, can I buy another one if I really need to and it's easy to purchase and it's inexpensive, right? So, and she did it in a way that it was like one of those like, maps where it's like, do I like it? Yes or no? And then you're like, yes. And then do I need it? No. And then it's like toss or whatever. I don't remember like the order that it was, but she basically was like, you ask yourself these questions and it'll like guide you towards the keep pile, the donate pile, the toss pile, whatever, the different piles. And she said that stuff should always fall into those two categories. If you like it or slash love it, and if you need it. Because she was like, here's the next part. She said, some things are just practical. You don't like it, but you need it, like a toilet plunger, right? She said, like, do I like my toilet plunger? No. But would I be in trouble if I maybe didn't have a toilet plunger? Because a toilet plunger is like literally only there for for emergencies. Like it just sits there the entire rest of the time. But nobody gets rid of their toilet plunger. You know what I'm saying? That's my thinking for literally everything else in my house. Taxes are paid quarterly. Are you collecting tax? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to jail, Nini. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. I'm not collecting taxes on. I don't know how to sign up with my state for taxes. I'm going to jail. Like, just be my pen pal. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be straight. It's free food up in there. Please. The feds listening to this, they watching this whole YouTube. Oh my God. Okay. Let me see. Oh, she said one of the things you could do if you want to just get like a quick start. She was like, go through your house and hey, more life. She was like, go through your house and immediately pull out anything that pisses you off. Cause we all got stuff in our house that we're like, ugh. But it just sits there. We just let it live. And it is just, can you imagine? Can you imagine just this is listen. Now I'm single, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I don't get about these women that's married to these men that be pissing them off. I saw a TikTok today where the lady was recording her garbage piling up, and her man was just going in and out of the door. not taking that garbage out. He was okay with the house smelling like garbage, straight basura. Okay, he was cool with it. He was straight. She, on the other hand, was pissed. Her pistivity level increasing every time, but you still got that man in your house. See, that's where you lose me. She need to follow this. Go through your house and take anything out that immediately pisses you off. Just, hey, sir, come here. I need to they just came out with these man-sized garbage bags. Hold on. Duck down just a little bit so I can tie the top. Yeah. Mhm. Get some. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm single in my 40s. Don't listen to me, okay? Find your love. You guys are young and strong and still have hope. Okay. Um so at some point she talks about the emotional landmine, what I call emotional landmines. And it's like when you are cleaning and say you come across a Polaroid in a book. You know, it's like you were organizing the books. You had no intention of going through anything sentimental that day. But for some reason, there's a whole little, maybe somebody was using a picture as a book, I'm finding it. A book mark. Oh, brain almost taps out. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. A bookmark. Like, so you going through the books, maybe you making sure ain't nothing in there or whatever, and boom, here comes out your, picture of your grandparents that you miss dearly. And now you in a puddle of tears and surrounded by books, and you don't feel like doing this no more. So she was talking about, I call them emotional landmines because you just don't know when they're gonna explode in your face and you come across them so randomly. She called them, did I write down what she calls them? No, she didn't. I didn't write down what she called them, but she just said that, you'll sometimes come across these things that like make you veer off of your decluttering path. And her basic advice was to quickly put them aside. Notice them, be like, oh, a Polaroid, and quickly put them aside. She was like, you cannot be like, oh my God, the batteries. I remember these. Like, oh my, you can't do that. Okay. You got to be like, oh, my grandparents, boom. Put it like you could have like an emotional landmine box. And just anytime you see something, for me, my mom was a very, very much a note taker. She wrote on a lot of stuff. So sometimes I'm chilling and I'll come across her handwriting on something random. And I'm just like, and I feel like I have to read it. And I'll be like, oh, what is this? And in season one, if some of y'all were here in season one, I fucked myself up doing that because she wrote an account of some abuse that she had endured. And that fucked me up. I was out of the game. I think after that episode, I didn't come back. Y'all didn't see me no more. I stopped trying at that point. I shouldn't have read that. I didn't have the emotional bandwidth or capacity or mental bandwidth for that matter, at that time to be reading that. As soon as I read the first sentence, I should have been like, oh, emotional landmine box. But my stupid ass crying. Camera shut down. Boop, boop, boop. No, like I gotta do better. You just gotta do better. Okay. It's gonna happen. We just gotta be quicker about noticing the emotional landmines and getting them out of there quick. And then you can come back at another time when you are more emotionally prepared to go through the emotional landmine box. And some of that stuff might not even be as emotional as you predicted or you assumed it would be. But when you are ready, you're more capable of being like, oh, this is, nothing. I can throw this away. Boom. Okay, so I got 10 minutes. She said, keep this part I thought was interesting. She said, keep your tidying to yourself. Don't let people see your donate pile, because she said some people will talk you into keeping things you already have mentally released. Now, I thought that was super interesting, because I'm not keeping my tidying to myself. I'm sharing every bit of it on YouTube. And it does open yourself up to like other people's ideas, other people's thoughts, other people's criticisms, other people's judgments. But I think in her particular advice, I think she's talking about like when you have your auntie come over and help you, and she's like, "You sure you want to get rid of this? This is nice. No, 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 no. You should keep this. Keep this. Put this over here. We gonna find a place for that. We gonna find a place." That that is what you don't want. Okay, so she's saying if you can do it by yourself, or if you can do it with a trusted partner, person that um basically knows your boundaries, like, hey, if I put something in donate, or if I put something in toss, it stays there. And she also said in the book, you don't want anybody to help you that is taking the donate stuff for themselves. And I can't remember why she said that was bad, but it's kind of like it's not being released or something like that. Like this person is like, oh no, I need batteries. And then now, instead of being like, I'm giving to charity, you're like, this person has my shit, basically. You have to switch your thinking into being okay with that. Even though you have released it mentally, I didn't release it to you, auntie. Matter of fact, I want it back because you look a little too happy with it. You hugging it and shit. Give it back. Just give it back. It's mine. My batteries. My batteries. Yeah, because I needed the triple A. You just reminded me that I needed it. You see what I'm saying? And it's a slippery slope. Okay, it's a slippery slope. Yes, hit the like button. Y'all know I don't know what I'm doing on this YouTube stuff, so y'all know what to do. Hit the like button, share. I don't know, whatever. Okay, I'm trying to hurry up because I didn't want to keep y'all on here for like a long periodically time. Okay, she said storage units, like the paid storage units, like the one that I have, okay, she said are a racket, which is white people for a scam. Okay. She said people are paying thousands of dollars to hold on to stuff that for some reason they just can't release. Now, here's where I feel like I'm making myself being okay with having the storage unit for now. Is that I want to sell stuff, and I want to sell big stuff like furniture, and I don't want people to come in my house to pick it up or purchase it. Because if you're gonna murder me, you gonna murder me in public, bro ham. Yeah, you're gonna have to be at the public storage facility with the cameras, bro. You gonna have to be buzzed in, my guy. Yeah, 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 yeah. A trail. You gonna it's not gonna be easy. Okay. 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 So that's how I'm making myself be okay with the storage unit part. Like I'm selling things out of there. I wanted to show y'all too. Let me see if I can show y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm not very prepared. I went to my storage unit recently. I didn't really record it, but I hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I organized my lamps. Remember all them damn lamps I had? And I organized my curtains. Remember in that one episode I had all them curtains? I have found the bin at Menards, and then all of my lamps and lampshades are up there. And I feel like I did a good job. Like I was super proud of myself. Again, trying to be proud of like the little things, like trying to keep things organized at the storage unit so that I don't feel overwhelmed with two spaces. The storage unit is the clean, organized space. The storage unit is the store. Like I said before, I want my storage unit to feel like a store. I want to be able to be like, I need a lamp right here. let's go to the store and see what we can pull for free. Yeah, that's what I'm on. Okay. So she said, this for some of y'all, including myself. I don't know why I be trying to pass stuff off on y'all, but she said books are not trophies. Y'all be keeping them books forever. You already read it. She says you read it already. She said, why you don't go to the library? She said, what you holding on to that book for? She said a book should be read and unread. All the read ones, what you keeping it for? You gonna read it again? You not. Are you keeping it as evidence that you read a book? Because not only do I have my books, which I used to read a lot, I have my mama's books. My mama definitely read a lot. Okay. Oh, thanks. Random thumb that I gave myself. Weird. Okay. Yeah, that one is hard. There's there's I get the notion of what she's saying. It's like, if you've already read the book, what is its purpose in being on your bookshelf? Because you're not going to read it again, and it's kind of just like a thing for people to see and be like, oh, how was this book? And you're like, oh my God, it was so good. Do you want to borrow it? You never get the book back anyway when you loan them out to people. Anyway, I don't know. That one's going to be hard. Whenever I get to the books, like whenever that part of the decluttering comes up in the videos, I'm going to see how hard it is to get rid of stuff. I really have a problem getting rid of like old things because I'm like, it's vintage. Like people want this now. Like my mama got hella old cookbooks, and I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this. This is a Betty Crocker from the 80s. What do you mean? Somebody, this probably $80 million. I always think something is worth $80 million on eBay. But I never look it up, right? I'd be like, this is $80 million. I already know this worth something. It ain't worth nothing. Dragged you. Yeah, all the bookcases. I dragged myself. Look, the lady, I told y'all from the beginning, she's bullying us into cleaning up. I don't know how I feel about it, but that's what she's doing. She roasting the hell out of us and bullying us into cleaning. It was a couple of times I was listening while I was like doing something else. And so I'm listening and I had to go, oh, I know. If you wanted to fight, you should have just said that. Messy condo. That's why you want to use your real name, because you knew he was going to come for you. Okay. Back to the lesson at hand. Stop collecting books, go to the library. For papers, have your smartphone nearby, and whenever you come across a bill, immediately pick up your phone and change that bill to paperless. Stop getting bills in the mail. Stop getting things in the mail. If you get a magazine that you don't want anymore, immediately while you're decluttering, pick up your phone and go to that magazine, however you signed up for it, and unsubscribe or whatever. Say no longer want these types of communications. Which I definitely need to do, because again, I think that I'm gonna come across a check for like $80 million, and I just keep all of my mail because I'm too scared to throw away something important like a check for $80 million. Manifesting. I know. The books is hard because it's like, especially, here's the thing. I don't know, everybody don't have a profile picture or whatever, but especially for Black people, like, I just feel like it, once they didn't want us to read and we found out the importance of reading, the people that read, they read down. You can't stop them from reading. Like, I still fucks with Pizza Hut to this day because I was in the Book It program in the 80s. I don't know, some of y'all might be too young, But that Book It program, if you read a certain amount of books, you got a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. Man, let me tell you, Silas. Don't get me a personal pan. Read my ass off. And to this day, I still like Pizza Hut. That was Pizza Hut programming. They did that big one with that. So I didn't even think about that. They programmed me to like them for the rest of my life. That's crazy. Why would they do that? Anyway, okay. Sorry, y'all. Focus. I'm nowhere near the end of my list. I just want to let y'all know that. Okay. Study materials. This was one of the ones where she said this. I said, oh, she said, study materials. All of those times where you like, you sign up for like a course. Okay, that ain't nobody. Okay. Where you like sign up for a course or something like that, and they send you like, oh, here's the course materials, all that stuff. Listen to what she said. She said, all these study materials, you ain't finna learn that shit. Because when I tell you I got a whole interior design course in the other room that I'll be telling myself, like, no, I'm going to sit down one day. I'm going to do this because I paid for that course. That lady said, you're not going to learn that shit. Right. Yeti. She said, hold on, get rid of them books and the study materials. You're gonna be dumb. Just be dumb and with a declutter house. Dumb and declutter. Okay. Period. She said, if something is broken, toss it. Your lazy ass is not going to fix it. I'm telling y'all, this lady roasted us the whole book. She said, your lazy ass ain't gonna fix that. Why is you holding on talking about all this need right here is a little I have put a little tape, but all it needs is some glue at the seam right here, and then it's gonna be good as new. She said, yo lazy, I put it in quotes in my notes. Your lazy ass is not going to fix it. She read y'all. She didn't read me. Okay. She said, purge your beauty stuff. Why your bathroom look like Ulta? If you pile it all in one place to see, she said, pile it all in one place to see the extent of your shit. Okay, I'm kind of going fast now, y'all. She said, I might need it. Saying I might need it, bullshit. I feel attacked. Hey, Ray Love Jr. Ray Love Jr. Ray Love Jr. in the motherfucking house. Sorry, I had to finish that song. It would have bothered me. Okay. She said, this is like my note. She mentioned pretty much everything in the book, from cardboard boxes, electronic cords, hair products, makeup, and of course clothes. Like she ran the gamut as far as like books, cords, even the boxes, even like your kitchen stuff, like why you got 17 pots and pans. She said she kept bringing up the British baking show. She was like, you're not gonna be on there. I know you were inspired when you watched the last season. You don't know how to make bread, and you're gonna make bread once, and then you're not gonna do it again. She said a messy heap takes up more space than a tidied up space. So the same corner, if you have a pile of clothes, it takes up more space obviously, than if you were had those clothes folded and put away. That's what she's saying there. Um, she said it's okay to be thankful for the things that you have, and it's also okay to be sad when you get rid of them. But your things, listen, church. Mm-mm-mm. Woo! She read me on this right here. Hold on, let me open another chocolate because she said it's okay to be thankful and it's okay to be sad when you have to let them go. But she said your things do not have feelings. Don't treat them as such. Don't be over here like, oh my God, you lived in that corner for so long. Like, oh, batteries. Gonna miss you. Don't do that. She said, your things ain't got no feelings. She did. She did mention cleaning supplies. Let me see if I wrote that down. I think that was around when she was talking about the kitchen stuff. But she did talk about basically everything that she said is applied to those 3 or 4 questions that she said. Do you like it? Do you need it? Are you sure you need it? And what was the last one? Shit. Hold on. You know, I don't got no good memory. Oh, and can I buy another one if I need to? She also talked about spices. She was like, oh, so you made an Indian dish one time and you bought a whole bunch of turmeric and curry. And she said, that's not in your regular dinner making repertoire. So now you got turmeric and curry from 1993 in your cabinet, just waiting on another Indian recipe to come across your path. Get rid of that. And she said, the next time you make an Indian recipe, you're going to have to buy you another thing of curry. That's the part I really struggle with because I'm like, I had curry. I'm under the black grandmother assumption that spices don't expire. It ain't my problem at that point. If it turned into a brick, you just gotta bang that thing on the counter a couple times. Oh my gosh. Okay. Child, but listen, we real particular black as a black people, we real particular about a lot of stuff. But them spices, and that Vaseline, they're gonna be in there, okay, for a long time. That Vaseline don't expire. I don't care what nobody say, and them spices don't expire. Okay. Oh, sorry, I keep giving myself thumbs up, Lord. Okay, let's keep going. Messy heap. Okay to be thankful. She said, eventually you get your house to a manageable place and you start and you become a decision making badass. So she was like, eventually all the things that you struggle with in your decision making process becomes super easy, and it becomes like a flow state, like you're doing yoga. It's a meditative, like you're just like keep toss the way donate, keep toss the way donate, and you just doing it without even like a second thought about it. She said, letting go is one of the hardest lessons to learn, but it makes room for more good things to come into your life, which I honestly have a feeling that once my house is like fully done, once I go through this house with y'all and I like get to a point, it's probably going to be in the year 3000, right? But we're going to get there eventually. But once I get into a good place, I honestly feel something in my spirit that's saying, my life is going to change in some kind of way. I don't know what it is, but it seems like there's something on the other side of this that's waiting for me. I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's what I feel, that like I feel that nugget of something in my spirit. Hey Donzel. So I listened to the audiobook, so I'm not sure if there were illustrations in the book, but I was just listening and taking notes as I was listening. She said Vaseline expires. More life. I literally just saw a TikTok of of some girls going through their grandmother's like stuff, and they found some Vaseline from 83 or 89 or something like that. And the grandmother was like, "What?" And me watching, "What? I don't see the problem. If there's not mold in there or some kind of like strange bacteria, what are you talking about? It's petroleum. Get off my line." Anyway, okay. Um, Oh, she likened when you get rid of stuff, she likened it to the girl who goes through a bad breakup and thinks she'll never love again, but then her future husband walks in the door of the coffee shop or whatever. So basically, she's saying you have to clear a path, literally and figuratively. You have to clear a path for the good to come in. So she said, think about the end game. Think about how you feel coming home to a clean, organized space, and think about the juxtaposition of how you feel now. And this is actually something I do in my EMDR therapy. Like whenever we talk about something traumatic or triggering or whatever, I'll be doing my little taps, tappity tap taps. And then after that, my therapist to be like, okay, now it's time to go to your safe space. My safe space is a villa. I think I told y'all this before, but it's a villa. It's like surrounded by botanicals. I have a dog. I see it so vividly in my brain, and it just feels so peaceful there, and it instantly turns off all of the traumatic stuff that we was just thinking about. So imagine if your own home could feel like that for you every time you walked in the door. You walk in the door and you're like, damn, I'm a bad bitch. Look at my house. That's how I want to feel. That's how I want to feel when I walk in my door. And I really like when people come in my front door and they're like, I love that. I want that every single time. And not in a bad way. I want them to go because they're like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. That's what I want. Okay. Tidying is therapy you didn't pay for. The opposite of retail therapy. You have to come to terms with why you're not letting go. So, she was saying a lot of people, do retail therapy because like buying something new or like getting something new makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, a new bitch or whatever. And she was like, letting go of things is like still therapeutic, but it's like the opposite. You didn't have to spend no money. And matter of fact, you getting rid of stuff. So it's a different sort of therapy, but still therapeutic. Look, GX Sport. She said that bookcase is not a trophy case. Oh, my neighbor just okay. I gotta hurry up. Okay, ADHD. Sorry. Oh, I'm almost to the end. Okay. She said sometimes you'll regret what you toss, and that's okay. But things are replaceable. If you feel like you're trying to if you feel like you're always trying to be prepared, you'll never relax. And ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? So, like when you're getting rid of something, you're like, I might need these batteries. I really might need because it was something that need. That's the reason that I bought these. You get rid of these batteries, and then the next day you come across something that need a AAA battery. You're gonna be like, damn, I just got rid of them AAA batteries. I just had them. It's okay. What's the worst that could happen? You got to buy some more AAA batteries. That's the worst that could happen in that scenario. Um, and what I have found in decluttering and getting rid of stuff, especially my clothes, I don't even remember. Once they go in that bag, the donate bag, I don't even remember what I donated. I might think about something like, whatever happened to that shirt? But then it's very fleeting, very much like the thought comes in and whew, it's just gone, just like the shirt. Okay. Um Oswin said some of these cleaning books don't align with me, honey. When they start talking about bookcases, that's personal business. Okay, get out my books now. See, we be clutching on the stuff. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling y'all what the lady said. The lady said y'all could go to the library since you like to read, since you know how to read so good. Okay. She said sorting through a lifetime of shit is hard as fuck. No one wants to do it more than once, but we are human and you might need to because we evolve, we change over time. The things that you love today, you may not love tomorrow, which means that you're going to have to declutter or get rid of things in the future. So she's saying basically, just because you are doing this major declutter like moment and then you get all the stuff in, you redecorate like I'm about to do, and you get everything new in here and you're like, I love it. 5 years from now, you're gonna be like, I'm over it. Don't like it. Guess what you can't do is keep all of this shit. Now you got to declutter that, get that out, and you can't just keep keeping stuff. She said, just don't get back into the habit of keeping stuff. So when you're working out this muscle, you're going to lose it because you eventually get to a place where your place is clean. You can, hopefully keep it together a little bit better. And then at some point, it's going to be time to declutter stuff again or get rid of stuff again. Class of 98, baby. 98, baby. Your girl is an elder. Your girl is an elder. Stop buying shit you don't need. Sell and donate so you feel better about getting rid of stuff. So she's like, if it helps, you know what I'm saying, get money for it. If it helps, send it to a charity. If it helps you feel okay with releasing it, do what you got to do to feel better about releasing it, but you have to release it. So if you don't want to just throw it away because you're like, because I honestly, I do feel a way about adding to the landfills. I think I said it in a video before, but my auntie one time, she was living with me some years back. And she was like, Tracy, you care more about the earth than your own living environment. And I was like, well, that's okay. I was like, the earth is important. Like, we all should care about the earth. Like, I'm just gonna be sitting all this stuff over there. But here's the thing, it's gonna get there eventually because if something happens to me, somebody gonna come in here and throw all this shit away. And I just wasn't there to see it happen. You know what I'm saying? Look around after you're done. Here's the thing that she says, which I liked. She said, look around after you're done. Take it all in. You did it. There's this moment of you did it. And she wants you to recognize that. And she said, it wasn't elves. It was you. You're the magic. And so in saying that, I believe that she was saying, you did it. Number one, you can keep it this way. Number two, you can do hard things. And number three, if anything pops off again in the future, you already know that you tackled something major. You tackled something super large already. And so therefore, you can tackle it again. And you can do it again. And that's it, y'all. Now here's the thing. I'm a little bit funny or whatever. I'm a little bit funny, so I be making books sound better than they are. I think when I give the review, and plus I'm pulling out all the parts that I think are good. So there was more to the book. Like I said in the beginning, if you are just coming in or just caught the tail end or whatever, the narration I did not like. It felt like very news anchory. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. it felt like very news anchory with curse words. And so I didn't like that. I felt like it didn't have a good tone.
Sound recording copyright 2020, Dreamscape Media LLC.
Oh, that's the end.
Thank
Hold
you
on.
for
Let me
this
go.
recording of your Chapter 5 Check Life After Clutter. I'm willing to bet that organize the fucking house has been first on your to-do list for a long time.
You see what I'm saying? It's giving very much like reporting live. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you? It don't sound good. I don't know. People loved it in the comments, like in the reviews for that book. People were like, the narration was so great. I loved it. But I think it could have been like had a little bit more like a little razzle dazzle. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me look at these comments and then we gotta be out. My neighbors are complaining about. Let me stop giving myself thumbs ups. I really gotta do my hair, y'all. Oh my gosh. Y'all didn't tell me I was on here looking like a ragamuffin. But my neighbors are complaining about garbage like being out in the front of our house. And I'm like, you live here. Clean it up. They just want me to, because I'm the treasurer, they just want me to spend money for no reason. Can we hire somebody to, if y'all get a broom, goddamn, what the, you know I'm about? Y'all want to spend money for everything. Okay, here we go. It's not an audiobook club, Ray. I just didn't read this book. I didn't buy it in time, but they had it on Audible, so I just listened to it, and it was only a 3-hour, like in something minute listen. I really think 2025 is the year of the snake. Is about transformation and personal growth. Ooh, Aslan, that's good. I didn't know that. But yeah, I hope it's about good transformation and not like a rapid decline. I don't know what year. I think I was like I feel away, because if I was the monkey, I feel away. She basically said, get rid of the cleaning supplies you have. She said, if you have an excess of anything, you doing too much. Like, you are not Walmart. You're not like the cleaning aisle. Basically, what she was mostly talking about beauty stuff, but she likened it to Ulta. She was like, why is your bathroom Ulta? Like, why do you need all of that stuff? She was like, you're gonna have to get rid of some stuff, and some stuff is expired, and some stuff you just holding on to because you liked how it smelled in the store or whatever, but you never use it. So yeah, she was like, pile it all up, see what you actually use, what you don't, what you actually want, what you don't, and get rid of the rest. Yes, the Oculus little area, that place was so. I remember my first time putting on the Oculus, I was like, oh, I could live here. I just remember being like, I could live in here. How can we reach out for business inquiries? The real Tracy May at gmail.com. The real Tracy May. Some of these cleaning books don't allow. Oh, I already read that one. Talking to a reader about books is like talking to a chef about their kitchen supplies. Honey, go tell a home cook to get rid of some of their right. Black people and books. Keeping all my favorites. Yeah. It's like, do y'all ever go back to the books though? Like, cause I never go back to my books. I know all the ones that I've read. And here's the thing, my cousin was recently like living with me, like 2023. And she started reading some of the books, and she would pull out a book and she would be like, Tracy, is this good? And I'll be like, I think so. Like, I don't remember. I'm like, I think it was good. And then when she started reading it, she would tell me like little bits and pieces. I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, it gets good. It gets good. Then I remember. But like off the rip, I don't remember. Yeah, my auntie Tony, just tell it like it is. Thrifters would love your stuff because you have good taste. Listen, if you're in Chicago, I usually send all my stuff to the Goodwill on what is that? 103rd and Western. Like when you coming off of 95th, you turn right and you go down. It's a Goodwill where there's a drive-through drop-off. Because that's the only reason why I go there, because I don't have to get out the car. Drive-through drop-off, they just get all the shit out your car. You just drive away. So if you ever hear me say I dropped something off and you want to go take a look at, I don't know how long it takes them to put stuff out on the floor, but yeah, that's where I take all my stuff. If you wanted to know. Definitely not a minimalist. Yeah, I'm not a minimalist either. And I don't even think minimalism is cute. It looks like nobody lives there at your house. Unless you're selling your home, I just don't. Batteries going to the toolbox though. I had a roommate when I lived in Charlotte for a little while. She kept all of our batteries in the freezer. And I had never seen that country shit before. I was like, do they keep longer? She was like, yeah, like supposedly. I had never seen that before. Do y'all keep batteries in the freezer? Let me know. Bruh, do not disturb. Y'all ain't finna bother me. Um, yeah, a lot of these, yeah, they just be cursing because it's provocative. It gets the people going. You could tell like a white lady wrote it and she was just like, I'm gonna curse a lot in this book. Not seasonal scented cleaner. Why don't you buy it during that season then? Hey, don't look at me. I still got uh what you call that? Glass cleaner spray from my mama's house. So don't look at me. I'm definitely a keeper. The Chinese New Year stuff says it can be bad or good. Oh man. Depending on how well you listen to your boss. Who's the boss? God? Oh yeah. Person, God, whatever. I definitely reread. I think some books are for a time, a reason, a season of life. Yeah. I'm finna reread Parable of a Sower for Black History Month. Oh, I gotta tell y'all the next book. The next book, if you want to read something Black, I'm reading Parable of a Sower again, Octavia E. Butler. But if you want to read something self-help, I'm also going to be reading The Mountain Is You. Somebody suggested that. I don't know if it was one of y'all, but somebody suggested that in the comments of one of the videos. And so The Mountain Is You is the self-help book. And because it's Black History Month, I'm reading a Black ass book, which is Parable of a Sower. I was going to start a series of Octavia Butler's that I've never read. She has this series called I forgot the name of it. Starts with a P. But I didn't know it's called the Patternist series. It's like 4 or 5 books in the series. So you know how Parable of the Sower is a Earth Seed series. It's like Parable of the Sower, Parable of the Talents. I never read Parable of the Talents. But anyway, I'm gonna read Parable of the Sower. That was my text, Donzel. Batteries in the freezer keep them from leaking. Minimalism reminds me of Insane Asylum. I know, for sure. Cold temps drain alkaline batteries faster. Not sure about the effects while they're just sitting. Sky full of elephants? Do I need to put it on the list, Yeti Monster? Let me know. I'll look it up and see if we can read that for March or whatever. Is it a fiction or self-help? Sounds self-helpish. But all right, y'all. I gotta go outside and sweep because my neighbors want to hire somebody to sweep. Oh, fiction. Okay, cool. But yeah, y'all read any Black history, Black author book for Black History Month that y'all want to. I'm just telling y'all what I'm reading. But we probably gone. Kindred, did you watch the TV show? I don't know if it's gonna come back. Ray Love Jr., you still on here? Do you know if Kendrick coming back? Ray Love Jr. is the knower of all things in the TV world. No, because then I got to deal with people complaining about their HOA dues going up. I don't like being the bill collector of the building. Like, I don't like being the treasurer at all. But also, when I tell people what the HOA dues are, they really be like, we couldn't do nothing. We really couldn't do it yourself. I don't need to have this job. And then I be having to chase people like, you still haven't paid your dues. Sorry, y'all. I'm texting. This is rude. Oh man. Hey, you know what? Kendrick looked expensive, so I figured it wasn't gonna have another season. But Kendrick, the book was very, very cool. You was too scared for the book version of the parable. I've never read the second parable book, but okay, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. Black Cake, the book was actually different. I'm not gonna give it away, but they went into some different details in the book. So y'all should read that if you haven't. All right, my depressy besties, thank y'all for joining me for this live book review. It was so great to sit and chat with y'all. I think I might do all the book reviews live. I just didn't feel like editing this video, but I like this. I like talking to y'all like while I'm going through like the notes of the book. Y'all let me know what you think about it. If you are catching this and you weren't on the live, you missed out. I know I didn't tell you about the live at all, and that's why you got to keep that notification bell hit. You feel me? So you can be notified when I just hop on live and start talking about stuff. So like and what I gotta say, y'all. Like and comment and hit the notification bell, subscribe. Gen Z heart, millennial heart. If you have depression, you are not alone. We are in the fight together. And please stay tuned because we got to see what's going on with this, with what's coming up next for me and getting this bedroom cleaned out. I feel like it's a never ending project. I'm never going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Don't worry. In order to stay tuned, you have to stay here on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. What? Yes, I can put the books in the description. Reading and watching along. Yeah, the book is always better, Ray. The book is always better. But all right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Well, I'll see y'all on Monday for part 2 of that video that I just posted this past Monday. All right. Love you down. Bye. I don't know how to end it. This is awkward. Hold on. Okay.